Clay tilapia fish pond versus concrete ponds, which is the better choice? Large tilapia fish farms throughout the world have created huge water spaces for their tilapia fish stock to occupy. Some, according to research, have secured 10 to 20 acres of land flooded with water and stocked with tilapia. I can remember a recent webinar I attended where the owner of a tilapia fish farm in Europe shared that his company operated a farm which covered over 100 acres of land designed fully to accommodate tilapia. I was amazed. These systems are economically viable and have proven to be the better way of capitalizing on the food fish market. They are able to produce food fish for export and also provide for the local market. The systems used to facilitate large-scale fish farming sits on a wide area covered with clay. I have shared in a video, one in which I will post a link in the description for this video. There are several benefits of clay within any pond system. I have been asked on several occasions, why can't I use concrete ponds to facilitate my fish pond stock? While there are no set argument against concrete pond setup, there are arguments which points to having your fish pond, especially those built for food fish ponds, to be constructed with the use of clay. Let's look at some factors to consider when contemplating this narrative. Clay ponds are easily built. When compared to other forms of large food fish pond setup, it's considered cheaper and offers the opportunity to the builder or owner to renovate or easily reformat land space at any time, without much expense. Holes created for ponds can be easily filled and land repurposed. Okay. Let's look at concrete-built ponds. These ponds are expensive to build. Unlike clay ponds, which merely needs a land mostly covered with clay, this construction will need extensive amount of materials to create concrete. Concrete fish ponds requires extensive planning and organization and is not easily repurposed without extensive and expensive renovation procedures. Concrete ponds, however, when extensively filtered, do prevent food fish from tasting like dirt. It offers a different natural taste to your food fish stock. On the other hand, these ponds are prone to leakages due to the base of these ponds are not underlined with clay, thus the farmer or pond owner may be losing water from the pond and not knowing it. Clay ponds do not have such issue. Clay particles are so tightly packed together they do not allow water to easily pass through. Clay ponds allow fish stock to reproduce and fries to hide along the sides of the pond without being eaten by larger fish. This makes it much easier for farmer to catch fries before they begin to explore pond and venture into harm's way. Concrete ponds are usually heavily filtered. This is primarily due to the fact that unlike the clay, which serves as a neutralizing agent for several bacteria which may prove harmful to fish, heavy filtration serves to compensate for that. Clay fish ponds creates a natural buffering service for water. This is beneficial in areas where water is known to be alkaline or pH not balanced at all times, thus considered unsuitable for fish stock. Clay ponds aid in ensuring that fish stock remain healthy during their lifespan within that space. Concrete ponds are usually shallow in comparison to clay ponds. This is primarily due to the cost to build a concrete pond far outweighs the to build a clay pond. Building your pond from clay, especially in clay soil area, meaning you will not need to purchase clay to make your pond, aid in you saving monies in water, medication along with vitamins and other items you might feed your fish, in order to ensure they are kept healthy until you are ready to harvest. Clay ponds similar to concrete ponds do require adequate piping, which should aid in filling pond with water and removing water from pond. Clay ponds also require a filtration mechanism which should aid in oxygenating water with fish during their life in that water space. This is also necessary with concrete ponds. Piping are set in ponds and used for the same reason. Not every tilapia fish farmer can afford acres of land to establish multiple pond systems for food fish. Some food fish farmer does have vats which hold 2,000–2,500 gallons of water. This setup is referred to as a small backyard food fish farmer. There are several do's and don'ts you should consider when establishing such a system. I will share 4 such factors with you. 1. Small farmers should practice monosex tilapia fish farming. Separating male tilapia from female tilapia will allow you to reap a better yield during harvesting. Should you decide to practice mixed stock cultivation, that is, having both male and females within the same space, Three things will happen. 1. Some fish will, usually the female will be underweight when you do harvest your stock. Females grow slower than male. 2. You will not be able to harvest babies from this system, you will need to reduce the stock in the water space. Pond mates will consume babies as they become free swimming. 3. You might be lucky having reproduction taking place in your small vat, which would increase the volume of fish stock you have in that small space, thus the size of your total fish stock will all be too small for the market to accept as stock to be purchased. 2. In addition to the above mentioned, you should ensure that your brood stock can reproduce. Not all fingerlings available are capable of breeding. Some have already been monosexed before you have purchased them. I looked at this in a past video in this series. Please watch it. 3. You will need at least 3 to 4 vats. These vats will be used as a means of stage management for your fish stock. As your fish stock grows and moves from one stage to another, you would move them from one setup to another, so as to accommodate their size and their individual needs. 4. Ensure that you have a market for your stock when harvested. It makes little sense to jump into a business without doing the feasibility study, checking whether or not you have a customer base. Start small, and where you do see customers are growing, increase your stock volume. I started this sharing a comparative analysis clay ponds and concrete ponds. I have not changed my focus. I advise that as small food fish farmers that you avoid concrete fish ponds as much as possible. This might be a really challenge for you as you grow your business and wish to expand. Concrete pond systems cannot be expanded that easily. Expansion of concrete food fish pond system requires innovation or creativity and to a great extent funding. If you do have the land and desire to expand your food fish farm into a larger setup, contemplate the construction of clay pond setup. This investment will save you both some in time in building and maintenance. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching.